अनकम्पेनसेटेड नेटवर्क पई जोटा तमरो थिबो तार बॉडी प्लॉट को यूज करके कंपेंसेशन नेटवर्क रो बॉडी प्लॉट ता केमते डिराइव करबो सेटा पई मु तुमको गोटे पीडीएफ सेंड करथिली कि सेटा टिके देखिछो ना बिल्कुल देखि जदि देखिना बे टाइम अछि 5 मिनिट्स टाइम दोछि सेटा देखो को तुम सेटा निजे करि परबो ईच एंड एवरी स्टेप मु सेठी लिखि छी तो तुम सेटा को फॉलो करके करि परबो न करि परबो मते सेटा टिके देखि समस्त व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप रे अछ राइट रे अछ ना नहीं V1 मो लैब रे कोन हबो कोन नै मु केमति जानिबी जानि परछो न जानि परछो बुझुछो न बुझुछो मु केमति जानिबी अच्छा तुम से मैग्नीट्यूड प्लॉट और फेज प्लॉट केमति जनरेट करा हबो सेति की जानिछो सेति की जानिछो तो ओ सेटा परे करबो मते आगे को तुम मानको भितरु के कहि परबो तमरो बॉडी प्लॉट रे मैग्नीट्यूड और फेज प्लॉट केमति तुम जनरेट करछो मते सेटा को what are the steps you follow तो पाखरे ट्रांसफर फंक्शन गिवन अछि then कोन करछो वेरी गुड मैं से ट्रांसफर फंक्शन को लेके होल 0 फॉर्म को कन्वर्ट करूछो राइट तापरे टाइम कांस्टेंट फॉर्म को आनुछो राइट देन कोन करछो तापरे टाइम कांस्टेंट फॉर्म करले परे टाइम कांस्टेंट फॉर्म को आनला परे कोन करछो तुमको कोन दरकार कॉर्नर फ्रीक्वेंसीज दरकार यस और नो फर्स्ट तुमको कॉर्नर फ्रीक्वेंसीज दरकार अरे बॉडी प्लॉट करबा जानिछो परा केमिति करूछो कोइ परबोनी हमें जानिछो बट हमें केमिति करबो कोइ परबोनी एमति तो नथिबो ना is it visible to both the groups V1 and V2 visible or not yes so first कोन करूछो तमे टाइम कांस्टेंट फॉर्म को आनुछो ट्रांसफर फंक्शन को right jodi mo suppose I'm giving you your first transfer function I'm giving you that is divided by s into s plus 2 into s plus 20 okay टाइम कांस्टेंट फॉर्म को आसले केमति डिराइव करबो एटा को करिछ ना को तुमको कॉर्नर फ्रीक्वेंसीज फाइंड आउट करियार अछि ओमेगा सी राइट केमति फाइंड आउट करबो को फॉर्मेट को आनिले फाइंड आउट करबो I can replace this with 80 divided by s into 2 into 1 common 20. So this will be 1 plus s by 20. Is it correct or not? Yes, sir. This. Then I can 20, 80 divided by 20. How much? 20 into 240. Cancel out kar karibe to 20 into 2. Here it is 40 because all are multiplied, right? 80 divided by 40. So I am just taking 2 here. So now I can replace this with 2. 2 divided by s into 1 plus s by 2 into 1 plus s divided by 20. ठीक अच्छे? ठीक अच्छे ना नहीं? Is it correct up to this much? ठीक अच्छे. तो एठु तमे how will you determine your corner frequencies? What are your corner frequencies? Hmm? Your corner frequencies, how will you determine? O format कैसा है? Omega equals to 1 by t. Right? Those are your corner frequencies. So omega will be corner frequency number 1 will be s by 2. So this will be first corner frequency will be at 2 radian per second. Next will be at 20 radian per second. ठीक अच्छे ना नहीं? तो तुम एबे मु करि देला परे यस मैडम कहउछो तो तुम जानिछो ना जानिनो एटा जानिछो तो तुम डिजाइन करूछो ना लिमिट लैब पे बॉर्डर प्लॉट यूज करूछो इट मींस कि तुम जानिछो यस और नो अच्छा तुमरा ऑलरेडी फ्रीक्वेंसी एनालिसिस भी अलगा सब्जेक्ट तो तुम करि सारछो राइट तो तुम केमते आंसर कोन भाई कहूनो so this much is correct 2 radian per second 20 radian per second आउ अछि के कॉर्नर फ्रीक्वेंसी डी आउ अछि के कॉर्नर फ्रीक्वेंसी so these are the two corner frequencies for this transfer function next what will we do then you will design your magnitude and phase plot right so for the step number 1 to complete step number 3 will be you have to design your magnitude plot right? For magnitude plot what you have to do is first you have to write down your transfer function in the factorial form yes or no तुमको first transfer function का तुम factor form रे लिखवार अछि so what will be your transfer function it will be 2 by s into 1 divided by 1 plus s by 2 multiplied by 1 divided by 1 plus s divided 20 like this right so now first existing function is you have to analyze each existing function, yes or no? each factor analysis करिवो. अरे मु ठीक कहूची कि भूल कहूची? ठीक कहूची तो? तुम मैग्नीट्यूड प्लॉट टा केमती करूचो? मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ फेज प्लॉट टा केमती करूचो? एमती करूचो तो तो कहबो. जीरो टीपी लाइन रे करिवो कि नहीं? ना नहीं. अच्छा तुम सिमिलर ग्राफ पेपर यूज जानछो तो? सिमिलर ग्राफ पेपर यूज जानिछो ना नहीं? जानी ना? ताले पोर्टे प्लॉट टा केमती बस माने फ्री हैंड ड्राइंग सेटा ही सेमती ही करूछो? अरे सेटा तो तमे मैटलैब वाला मु कहूनी तमे निजे केमिति करूछो? केबे भी करिनो? अच्छा थ्योरी रे भी कोई नहीं कि मैंने देखी जो कि नहीं सिमिलर ग्राफ पेपर देखिबे ना. देखो तमरो मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ एज प्लॉट तुम दीटा डिजाइन करबो सेटा जानिछो तो? तुमको मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ एज प्लॉट दीटा करबार अछि सेटा जानछो ना सेटा भी जाननो? See, this is I'm designing for your magnitude plot. Another one will be your phase plot. Okay. So if you want first write down body plot is a logarithmic plot. First लिख दियो body plot. Body plot is a logarithmic plot. It consists of two graphs. One is your magnitude plot. Another one is your phase plot. One is magnitude, one is phase plot. So basically your magnitude plot means magnitude is nothing but you will derive by 20 log mod of your GSHS. Mod of GSHS versus corner frequencies your omega. Okay. Next is your phase plot. So phase plot will be derived by angle of GSHS versus omega. Okay. So basically your x-axis is remaining constant with your omega. Okay. And omega is denoted by unit is radian per second. Okay. and your phase angle of, or rather I will say G j omega H j omega. This is denoted in degree. In degree. Okay, this is your phase. Okay, and your magnitude will be denoted in which format? dB. 20 log GSHS, that is denoted in dB. अरे बुझी पारुछ न बुझी पारुछ सेतिकी कुह नले आगुको जिबि एतिकी बुझी पारलो should I proceed देखो अच्छा तो तब सही से जोड़ जो बॉडी प्लॉट जेतिकी तुम डिजाइन करछ तमरो रेफरेंस लाइन एक्स एक्सिस से कोन होतला 0 dB लाइन जो होतला पेज ओके sorry magnitude plot by 0 dB line phase plot by will be 180 degree. Okay. You see the plot. Okay, your for magnitude, it is 0 dB, and for phase, it will be minus 180 degree. Okay, and in this axis, in this side, you are taking for magnitude, it is your mod of GSHS, your magnitude. Okay, and this is denoted in dB. Okay, and in the phase, it is denoted as angle of Js, or you can say Gj omega Hj omega, and it is denoted in degree this way. And in your this x-axis side, you will take your frequencies. You will take your frequencies, or I will say omega, denoted in radian per second. Okay. समस्ते गोटे काम करबो यू कैन गो थ्रू माने नेट रे तुम जाई सेमिलर ग्राफ पेपर तुम निजे देखि परिबो और एल्स तुम यू कैन परचेज वन ओके तो समझ से सेमिलर ग्राफ पेपर रे यू विल सी तमरो अच्छा तमरो से बॉर्डर डायग्राम रे भी तुम निजे देखि परिबो हला तो तमरो कोन हो जे फर्स्ट यू विल सी स्मॉल स्केलिंग आसीबो अप टू 0 टू 0 to 1 means it is 10 to the power 0 axis रे रहइबो 10 to the power 0 then 10 to the power 1 10 to the power 2 like this okay so this is in some logarithmic paper so that is why you will take 10 to the power 0 10 to the 1 10 to the 2 that type of plot okay next what you will do is your these are first you have determined your corner frequencies right so tame basically first drop रे कोन करबो तमरो 0 dB line रे you know your corner frequencies that is 2 radian per second and 20 radian per second right so what you have to do, you have to make sure first determine what is your uh, magnitude at this corner frequencies. What is your magnitude at this corner frequencies, and you have to find out your slope. Okay. So how will you determine your slope? Slope is always your slope will be, always remember your slope will be 20 into plus or minus n. Okay, n is the power of s in existing function. These are your existing function. ତମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ factorial କରିଦବ, ତମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ page ଏତିକି ପରେ ତମେ magnitude plot draw କରିବ. ତ ତମ magnitude plot draw କଲା ବେଳେ ତମେ each function ପାଇଁ you will generate your magnitude kete and slope kete. You will find out magnitude and slope. The slope by you will know by using this formula, that is 20 into plus or minus n, where n is the power of s in existing function. These are your existing function. Okay, in your existing function. So suppose ମୁଁ ଏଠି rough ରେ ଆଗେ କରୁଛି. Yes. Go for this is your line. Okay, here first corner frequency first is at 2 radian per second, then is at 20 radian per second. So if I go for this one, this is 2 radian per second, this is 20 radian per second. These are your two corner frequencies, right? So what is your existing function before 2 radian per second? It is the existing function is 2 by s. Before 2 radian per second, the existing function is 2 by s. Then at 2 radian per second, after 2 radian per second, this is your corner frequency. Then after 20, this is your existing function. So at this individual existing function, you have to find out your slope and you have to find out your magnitude. The first, your magnitude will be for this 2 by s, for the first existing function 2 by s. Okay, your slope will be for this 2 by s, your slope will be kete habo? Kete habo? Minus 20, because s to the power minus 1. Right, s is in the denominator, so it will be minus 1. So it will be 20 into minus 1. Your slope will be minus 20 dB. Minus 20 dB slope. Now you have to find out your magnitude. What will be the magnitude? Can find out what a magnitude can find out. मैग्नीट्यूड का तुमको कहली केमिति मैग्नीट्यूड फाइंड आउट करूछ मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ sorry that is I have written this wrong. Okay, this is 20 magnitude of 20 log mod of GSHS ना नहीं केमिति सेटा फाइंड आउट करिवो in case of s you can put j omega. Case of s you can put j omega, so it will be it for 2 by s. How will you determine? Existing function is 2 by s, right? So how will you determine your magnitude? Mod of gs hs at s equals to j omega. You have to find out 20 log this much. So this will be 20 log GSHS as j omega. This is 2 by s. existing function is GSHS is 2 by S. तमे कौन करबो इंडिविजुअल तमरो फंक्शन पे नबो इंडिविजुअल फंक्शन here it is 2 by S. So 2 by in case of S I can put j omega, right? So it will be 2 by j omega. 2 by j omega. So your mod of j omega will be, so you will find out as 20 log 2. 20 log 2. 20 log 2 because in case of omega what will you take? First, for the first case in case of omega you will take 1. Sorry, the first corner frequency कितने रही? 2 radian per second. So you will take 2. You will take in case of visible. It is visible, right? So what will you do is, I'm repeating this step again, to find out the magnitude. To find out the magnitude, you have to find out 20 log mod of GS HS is equal to j omega. So for this you will find out 20 log, for the first existing function is your 2 by S. So you will put 2 by j omega. Now I can say this is 20 log your omega is 2 radian per second first corner frequency. So this is 2 by 2. It is 1. So directly I can put 20 log 1. कितना से वो? कितना से वो? This will be 0 dB. Your magnitude is always y-axis is in dB, magnitude plotted. And this is your corner frequency, radian per second, 2 radian per second, 20 radian per second. Okay, these are the frequencies 2 radian per second, 20 radian per second. And in your y-axis, you will take dB axis. So your magnitude is 0 dB. Next, again, you have to find out for between omega C1 and omega C2. Next will be, this is your omega C1, right? Omega C1. This is your omega C2. At omega C1, your magnitude is 0 dB and your slope is minus 20. You know that. Then you have to find out in between 2 and 20. In between 2 and 20. This is before before the existing function is 2 by s. Now between 2 and 20, the existing function is this one. This one, 1 divided by 1 plus s by 2. 1 plus s by 2. Then after 20, it is 1 divided by 1 plus s divided by 20, right? So now the second function is 1 divided by 1 plus s by 2. 1 plus s by 2. ठीक अच्छे तो बुझी पारछो ना बुझी पारो ना किछि किछि बुझी पारछो बुझी पारछो तो हो तो नेक्स्ट हमें जिबा again slope. So how will you determine your slope? Again same method. Cohisty 20 into plus or minus n. So here it will be s ର power केते अछि सेम अछि तो सेम केते आसीबो minus 20 dB sorry minus 20 dB माने नहीं तो नेक्स्ट हमें कौन लिखिबा नेक्स्ट we will find out magnitude again the magnitude next में करके find out करबो ओके सो नेक्स्ट में कौन फॉर्मूलाटा जानि छ सेमिति नहीं नेक्स्ट टाइम the formula is you have to take for finding the gain or finding the magnitude you will take the previous corner frequency or you can say you have to first find the formula okay right out the gain in dB at a particular corner frequency the gain in dB in a particular corner frequency right out the gain in dB at a particular corner frequency can be determined by using this formula. First you have to take gain in dB at previous corner frequency or omega c plus your net slope into log your existing corner frequency. Suppose this one is omega c1 previous corner frequency, so this will be omega c2 divided by omega c1 omega c2 divided by omega c1. So you can find out by using this. So this is the previous magnitude is 0 dB, right? Previous magnitude is 0 dB. So it is 0 plus your net slope. Net slope kete asibo? First slope kete aschi? For the first minus 20, then again ebe kete asla? Minus 20. तो डेटा मिसले कते असला minus 40. Net slope means summation. First यहाँ पे slope, then again omega c1 रो omega c2 पे तमे जो slope टा काटो again minus 20. Net slope will be minus 40. Minus 40 into log omega c2 by omega c1. What is your omega c2? 20 divided by 10. So this is minus 40 log 10. What is the value? Minus 40 log 10. The value is minus 40 dB. So tomorrow point कौन आसिला? For the first, the point is the magnitude means तमे जदि xy coordinate लिखिबो, your coordinate for the first is in the x-axis it is 2 radian per second and your magnitude was 0 dB, and for the second it is 20 radian per second and your magnitude कितना आसिला 40 ना minus 40 dB minus 40 आछि तो minus 40 dB, right? So next तमे कौन करिवो, you will take another session that is after 20, after minus 20 after 20 radian per second, this portion after 20 radian per second eta achi 1 by 1 plus s divided by 20, right? तो तमे केमती डिटरमिन करिवो एटा पई, the existing function is 1 divided by 1 plus s divided by 20. तो तमरा नेक्स्ट किछ ओमेगा c3 नाही, राइट? ओमेगा c3 किछ नाही. So how will you determine? This is the case for omega is less than omega c1. This is the case where omega c1 and omega is lies between omega c1 and omega c2. And now it is for omega is greater than omega c2. Omega is greater than omega c2. Omega c2 is your 20 radian per second. When omega is greater than omega c2, find out करो. कौन करिवो? Suppose you can take 30 radian per second. तमे गोटे value assume करि परिबो omega, right? Let's take omega equals to 30 radian per second. That is obviously greater than 20 radian per second, right? So you can assume any value greater than 20 radian per second. Now find out the slope. Find out the slope. Find out the slope. Slope will be 20 into plus or minus n. So that is again s to the power minus 1. So that will be again minus 20 dB. Right. So next find out the magnitude. How will you find out the magnitude? Previous रे कते आस्तिला minus 50 plus net slope आसिला minus 60 into log 30 by 20. 1.5 कितना आछ? Minus 40 plus minus 60 log 1.5. ओके तो तमे एबे तमरा कोऑर्डिनेट कोन आसी छी this is in dB so your my sorry 30 radian per second with your y-axis minus 50.56 dB. By using this coordinate, you find out the plot. So, तमे 80 phase plot तमे नीचे करी परिबो, right? So your one corner frequency is at 2 radian per second. Another one is 20. You can take if this one is 10 to the power 0. तो हम एमती नहीं परिबो डायरेक्टली 0.0.1 एमती करके 10 to the power 0 then 10 to the power 1 10 to the power 2 तो एमती फॉर्मेट रे भी नहीं परिबो और you can find out तो कैलिब्रेट कर परिबो निजे 10 to the power 1 10 to the power 2 10 to the power 3 एमती भी कैलिब्रेट कर परिबो जब तुम 10 to the power 1 हो जो so this will be 1 2 up to 10 so this is at 2 radian per second one other one will be at 20 10 to the power 1 is 10 then next will be 20 radian per second. These will be your corner frequencies, right? Then you will take sorry, 20 radian per second. Then you will draw your magnitude. कौन आस्तेला first of all अच्छा तुम मानक भितर किछि जगह ये करके देखो सेम थिंग तमे बोर्डे मैटलैब विंडो रे डिजाइन करके देखो सेम आसुच कि नहीं देन तमे तमरो 80 ग्राफ पेपर रे मार्क करके देखि परिबो और 0 देन माइनस it 2 this was এটা 2 radian per second रे केते आस्तिला at 2 radian per second this is 0 dB at 2 radian per second this is 0 dB तो तमे 2 radian per second रे 2 radian per second 20 radian per second 2 radian per second रे 0 dB 0 dB next तमरा थिला 2 to 20 भितरे 2 to 20 भितरे this one केते आस्तिला -40 dB -40 dB right 20 it was -40 suppose this is -10 -20 this is 0 dB line this is 0 dB line -30 -40 so at 20 this will be -40 next after 20 we have taken 30 at 30 radian per second at 30 radian per second we have find out kete thila 30 radian per second रे kete find out करथला -50 point something right -50 point something so your slope acha before 20 also tome eta tome kete first 2 radian per second determine करछो तो before 2 radian per second you can find out ठीक अछि तमे आ गोटे नै कि before 2 radian per second you can find out तो तमरो ओमेगा at C1 is your 2 radian per second. तो तमे before 2 radian per second केटा आसुची भी find out कर परिबो. आउ कि छोटा value नहीं कि you can find out. Let's say omega equals to 0.1. You can take omega equals to 0.1. Suppose you can take omega equals to 0.1. This is less than, omega is less than omega C1. So at 0.1 you can find out, at 0.1 you can find out slope will be obviously minus 20 and your magnitude will be that's the magnitude. Log 2 by j omega जगह रे put करो 20 log 2 divided by omega equals to 0.1. Sorry sir, I can't hear you sir. No sir, faculty control system lab. Yes. So put 0.1 here. 20 divided by 0.1. So what will you get? degree. तो तमरा एटा केतरे आसिला एट ओमेगा इक्वल्स टू 0.1. तो तमे एठी आउ गोटे नै परिबो ओमेगा इक्वल्स टू 0.1. दिस इज 2. सो तमे आउ कि छोटे वैल्यू नबो 0.1 less than, very less than means almost nearly equals to that is 26. So positive 26 asichi. So this will be plus 10 dB plus 20 dB plus 30 dB. So you can take here 26. So now you can join 26, first 26, then your slope is minus 20 dB slope. And this is 0. The magnitude is 0 at 2 radian per second. Now at 20 radian per second, the magnitude is minus 40 and the slope is again minus 20. Then again the slope so first is minus, first one will be minus 20 dB, then again this will be, the net will be minus 20, again this is minus 20, the total will be minus 40, then again total will be minus 60, total will be minus 60 slope. Okay, तमे नेट स्लोप जोटा होची देखिबो तमरा -20, देन आउ थरा -20 एठी ऐड हेतला -40 डिग्री स्लोप थिला. यस और नो? देखो एठी तमरा फर्स्ट स्लोप केते थिला? For this your slope is 20, then your slope is again -20 -20, the total slope हेतला -40, total slope was minus, net slope was -40, then here again -20, the net slope was -60. So say हिसाब रे तमे करिवो, next slope will be -60 at this point. So तमरा एटा magnitude plot. Then you will go for your phase. How will you determine the phase? How will you determine your phase plot? That is your, first of all you will take your GS HS कौन अच्छी 2 divided by s into 1 plus s divided by 2 into 1 plus s divided by 20, right? So now you can take this, in case of s you can take g j omega h j omega, right? Directly you can derive this one. So this will be 2 divided by j omega into 1 plus j omega by 2 into 1 plus j omega divided by 20. Right. So now you have to find out the magnitude. Magnitude means you will take angle of j omega h j omega. So this is your phase. So how will you determine the phase? କେମିତି କରୁଥିଲ? Tan inverse y by x. Yes or no? Tan inverse y by x ଏମିତି କରୁଥିଲ ତ? ନା ଅଲଗା କିଛି ଥିଲା? So same format ରେ ଏଠି ବି derive କର. So this will be tan inverse କେତେ ଆସିବ? Tan inverse 2. This will be, or directly I can write down here tan inverse. First one will be 0 degree. Directly I can write down. For 2, this is the constant value, directly 0. Then minus for j omega. For j omega it is tan inverse y by x 90 minus 90 degree, then again minus tan inverse omega by 2 divided by 1. So this will be omega by 2, then minus tan inverse omega by 20. Here only imaginary part is present. So omega by 0, that will be 90 degree, and here only x is present and imaginary part is absent. So this is directly 0 degree. तो तमे एठी कोन करबो? तमे सब पाई फाइंड आउट करबो. तमे केमति करबो? गोटे टेबल नंबर. First you will take a table. Okay. केमति करबो? First you can take a table with your, to it many omega values. You can take different omega values and you can find out the phase. Okay, different omega per second, and it is in degree, right? So different value omega by, first let's take 0.1. Okay, then माने तमे एटा रैंडमली नबो, एतिपय तमरो किछि जेनरस किछि सेमते फिक्स वैल्यू नहीं, तमे डिफरेंट ओमेगा वैल्यूज नहीं कि यू कैन फाइंड आउट. सपोज 0.1, 0.5, then again I'm taking 1, then 2, then again 5, then 10 radian per second, then 20 radian per second. Okay, so तुम एटा find out करो केते आसुची. So first 0.1 page केते आसीबो 0 minus 90 first 0.1 here omega in case of omega put 0.1 by 2 here again omega in case of omega put 0.1 divided by 20 केते आसुची केते आसुची को केते आसुची 0 degree minus 90 degree minus tan inverse 0.1 by 2 केते आसीबो tan inverse 0.1 by 2 then tan inverse 0.1 by 20 अरे कोन केते आसुची हम करिवे 0.1 divided by 2 टा केते आसला की ए टर्म टा केते आसला 0.1 by 2 tan inverse 0.1 by 2 2.8 और एटा omega by 20 सूरज
Okay, ma'am.
प्रेजेंट अच्छा तो लैब रे
Yes, ma'am.
वेट करो ठीक है तो मैंने इनको पाखरे कैलकुलेटर नहीं कैलकुलेटर अछि ना नहीं अच्छे अच्छे जदि तमे केके माने यूटिलाइज कर सिखि तमे कोन कैलकुलेटर केते यूज करिया को आपको कहबी कहने को पड़िबो कि तुमको केते यूज करिया को है कोन जानि छ जानि छ ना जानि ना सब कुछ होई पड़ चले आते सुमित सुमित कुमार दास
Yes, ma'am.
value को at omega equals to 0.1 what is your page हुआ
Omega equal to 0.1.
एडी कोन तुमको सेते बेले तुम लैब अटेंड करछो तो
Yes, ma'am.
हां तो अबे तुम कोन फाइंड आउट करूछो कि एठी ए स्क्रीन ता कोन पे फाइंड कोन करा हो जेठी एबे what are we doing what are we calculating right now कोन करूछ हम एबे
Omega.
कोन ओमेगा what is omega मूवी देखुछ बसिक ना कोन
ना मैम देखुଥିଲି
करेक्ट कोन देखुला
मैम लैब रे थिली मैम
लैब रे थिलो
यस मैम
लैब रे थिलो जते तुम कोन चली छि लैब रे तुम जानि न हां लैब रे कोन चली छि तुम जानि न I am marking you absent for today सुजित सुजित कुमार बेहरा सुजित कुमार बेहरा absent सुपर्णा
Yes, ma'am.
कौन କରୁଛେ कौन आंसर हबो आंसर कौन हबो सुपर्णा बुझी पारछ किछि ना बुझी पारुनो सुपर्णा if I am audible to you answer कि तमे बुझी पारुछ ना बुझी पारुनो
करली मैम
सॉरी
मैम मु एबे जॉइन करली मैम
कौन पे
मु कोलकाता आस्छि मैम फ्लाइट रो जस्ट उल्लेइली
तमे 2:30 कहितलो राइट
हाँ मैम मु आपन को मेसेज रे कहथिली
ऑलरेडी 3:10 ओके नेक्स्ट संकेत महांती व्हाट इज आंसर व्हाट इज योर आंसर minus 93.14 I guess this is the answer next Sarada Pradhan what is your answer next पे आंसर को सारदा कोन तमे एबे कोन डिटरमिन करछो कहलो कोन पाई माने तो नेक्स्ट पे फेज कोन आसीबो नेक्स्ट का पे तमे फेज फाइंड आउट करियो केता सत्विक 2 रेडियन पर सेकंड रे केता आसीबो पेज फाइंड आउट करो सूर्य नारायण जेना
Yes, ma'am.
1 रेडियन पर सेकंड रे केता आसीबो फाइंड आउट करो
Ma'am, 1 radian by ma'am minus 119.42.
very good minus 109.12 अच्छा 0.5 रे कितना स्ट्रेट
105.439 minus 3.
next at 2
Ma'am, minus 140.7.
40.71 degree at 5 minus 172.234 next at 10 at 20 at 10 and 20
Ma'am, at 10 minus 195.25.
এটা minus 219 point কেতে
29.289.
this is minus 95.2 okay so next what will you do you have your x-axis value you have your y-axis value just you have to address your phase axis sorry your phase plot in phase plot this is your minus 180 degree line so if this is minus 180 degree line then बेरे बेरे तमे को सुनो केतेटा प्लॉट रे एमती भी हे पारे तमे एटा को अलगा अलगा इंडिविजुअल मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ फेज प्लॉट करके तमे नै पारो sometimes you can use directly केतटा बुक रे भी तमे जदी देखिबो डायरेक्टली निया हेतिबो ओके से सेम लाइन टाको एटा को एपटे लिखा हेतिबो दिस इज एट your 0 degree line and same line को minus 180 degree fetch plot हिसाब रे भी निया हेतिबो it means तमे से सेम टारे तमे मैग्नीट्यूड भी ड्रा करिवो से सेम टारे ही तमे फेज प्लॉट ड्रा करिवो मींस ओवरलैप करिवो तमरो x axis सेम रहइबो बट तमरो रेफरेंस एक्सिस ओवरलैप करछि सो तमरो फेज एंड मैग्नीट्यूड प्लॉट सेम ये रे रहइबो ओवरलैप करिवो तो से सेम थिंग तमे जते अलगा रे करूछो मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ फेज अलगा अलगा करिवो देन यू कैन सी फर्स्ट को करूछो फर्स्ट तमे 0.1 रे -93 0.1 by minus 93 तो मैं ड्रॉ कर दूंगी taking this is my minus 180 degree line. So now first कौन करेगा 0.1 रे minus 93.14. So if this is minus 180 तो मैं put is you can design your minus 178 70 degree then minus 160 degree minus 150 degree like this then here minus 190 degree then minus 200 degree like this okay so first one is your minus 93 means somewhere very above तो मु एठी डायरेक्टली 2 यूनिट डिफरेंस रे कर दउ जेटा को minus 160 minus 140 like this तमे मैनिपुलेट करी कि तमो हिसाब रे नबो ठीक अछि तो somewhere around here will be minus 93.14 then minus 105 at 0.5 at 0.5 we will get minus 105 then at 1 radian per second we will get minus 119 then at 2 radian per second minus 140 then at 5 we will get minus 172 then at 10 you are getting minus 195 at 10 you are getting minus 195 and at 20 you are getting minus 200 something right like this then you can phase plot ta always means tame free hand diagram karibo in magnitude plot you can use your scale okay in case of phase plot use the free hand diagram okay बुझ गला ना बुझ गलो नीति के तमे एमिति करथुला मैग्नीट्यूड फेज प्लॉट ना अलग किछ करथुला ना खाली मैटलैब रे करबा जानथुला ये मैटलैब so write down another term is there write down next you will find out gain margin what is gain margin what is phase margin write down first write down gain margin okay gain margin is the required amount of gain write down gain margin is the required amount of gain in dp Gain margin is the required amount of gain in dB to drive the closed loop system to the verge of instability. You can say gain margin is equal to minus 20 log mod of G j omega h j omega at omega equals to omega pc at omega equals to omega pc at omega equals to omega pc. Then write down what is omega pc. This is the phase crossover frequency. This is phase crossover frequency. This is your phase crossover frequency. This is write down omega pc, the point at which the phase plot crosses minus 180 degree line. The point at which the phase plot crosses minus 180 degree line. The point at which the phase plot crosses minus 180 degree line. Put on it at this point. The phase plot crosses minus 1 degree line. This is your omega pc, phase crossover frequency. Omega pc. Okay. And what will be your gain margin? This is the gain calculated. At omega pc. Gain margin is nothing but the gain calculated at your omega pc. Means this is your omega pc. तो तुम्हें कौन करेगा? Omega pc रू गोटे सीधा straight line you will draw towards your magnitude axis. Okay. So this is the gain at omega pc. So this is your gain margin. बुझी पारलो? This difference is your gain margin. All of you clear? All of you clear or not? Okay. So now write down phase margin. Phase margin. Phase margin is the required amount of phase shift. In degree. In which phase margin is the required amount of phase shift in degree in the open loop to drive the closed loop system in the verge of instability. to drive the closed loop system on the verge of instability. Okay, and your phase margin is equal to 180 degree plus phase of j omega h j omega at omega equals to at omega equals to omega gc at omega equals to omega gc. Similarly, here omega gc equals to gain crossover frequency. Very good. Gain crossover frequency. It is gain crossover frequency. This is the frequency at which gain crossover occurs. This is the frequency at which gain crossover occurs. Means the magnitude plot crosses the 0 dB line. The magnitude plot crosses the 0 dB line. The magnitude plot crosses the 0 dB line. Magnitude plot crosses the 0 dB line. कोठी एटा तमरा magnitude plot एटा 0 dB line कोठी क्रॉस करूची 2 radian per second रे ही क्रॉस करूची आमे जोटा डिजाइन करछे सेटी 2 radian per second रे ही क्रॉस करूची हला नै. So this is your omega gc, and at omega gc you will find out your phase margin. So how will you find out the phase margin? You will take a straight line from here to here. Now this is your the phase you are getting at your gain crossover frequency is your phase margin. It's your phase margin. This is your phase margin. बुझ पारला ना नहीं? Simply जदि मैं concept को बुझेबी directly we can draw like this. This is the 0 dB line, omega axis. This is again omega axis minus 180 degree line, So this is your magnitude plot. This is your phase plot, right? So suppose my magnitude plot looks like this. dot. Okay, so this is your, this will be your omega GC. This is your omega GC, gain crossover frequency, the frequency at which magnitude plot crosses the 0 dB line will be your omega GC. Okay, and this is your omega PC, phase crossover frequency, the frequency at which the phase plot crosses the minus 180 degree line. That is your omega PC, phase crossover frequency. Now we will find at gain crossover frequency, you will find this one is your, the difference between 180 degree line and the point here. So this is your phase margin. This will be your phase margin. Now at omega PC, if you draw straight line this way, so this is, you will get your gain margin. বুঝিপারল? Clear to? Clear or not? আরে বুঝিপারল না নাই? Go. କଣ କିଛି ଶୁଭିଲାନି କଣ କହିଲ ଆଉ ଥରେ କୁହ। ओमेगा पीसी बा कहले तमने तमे ଲେଖିଲ କି କଣ ଡକା ହେଇଛି କହିଲ ओमेगा पीसी इज द फेज क्रॉसओवर फ्रीक्वेंसी ଏଠି କହିଥିଲି ନା फेज क्रॉसओवर फ्रीक्वेंसी କଣ डिटेक्ट करथिली एठी which one is called as a phase crossover frequency the frequency at which phase plot crosses minus 180 degree line. Phase plot crosses minus 180 degree line. Phase plot crosses minus 180 degree line. This is a minus 180 degree line. This is your phase plot. Phase plot crosses minus 180 degree line. So this is your omega PC. And whenever your magnitude plot crosses 0 dB line. Magnitude plot crosses 0 dB line. 0 dB line. This is the magnitude plot. This crosses 0 dB line here. So this is your omega GC, gain crossover frequency. At gain crossover frequency here, at gain crossover frequency, you are finding your phase margin. You are finding your phase margin. At gain crossover frequency, you are finding your phase margin. So you will draw a straight line towards your phase plot, and this is your phase margin. At phase crossover frequency, you are getting your gain margin, opposite of. कौन रहेगा? तो तुमको जोटा दिया है का ट्रांसफर फंक्शन से सेम ट्रांसफर फंक्शन निजे प्लॉट डिजाइन करो सेथिरु गेन मार्जिन फेज मार्जिन निजे डिराइव करो विथ योर गेन क्रॉसओवर फ्रीक्वेंसी फेज क्रॉसओवर फ्रीक्वेंसी एंड तमे मैटलैब रे भी सेम थिंग तमे जनरेट करो ठीक अछि मैटलैब रे भी सेम थिंग जनरेट करो bode g use karibo bode g with that you will use all margin of g data command use karibo bode hoji bode in bracket g bode in bracket your transfer function ट्रांसफर फंक्शन तुम जोटा नहीं जी नियो कि जो भी फॉर्मेट रे तुम देचो नेक्स्ट यू विल यूज all margin in bracket your transfer function समस्त कंप्लीट कर पारिबो including you have to calculate your gain margin and phase margin using gain crossover frequency and phase crossover frequency. Is it possible or not? करि पारिबो अरे करि पारिबो ना नहीं समस्ते सात्विक सोनिका करके नेक्स्ट लैब रे शो करिवो कंप्लीट हे जाइतिबो नेक्स्ट लैब रे सर विल वेरीफाई कोन से करके आनथिबो सर भी वेरीफाई करबो हां तमे मैटलैब रे डायरेक्टली ट्रांसफर फंक्शन पकेबो और जोटा कमांड को कहली कोन कहली बॉडी in bracket whatever your transfer function you have taken then out सेटा यूज करले तमरा बॉडी प्लॉट जनरेट हे जिवो then to see all the gain margin phase margin all the values you will use all margin okay हां तमे करि कि मते कहबो केते आसुछ ठीक अछि सॉरी स्टेप इनको किछ दरकार नै स्टेप तमे नौ अठी खाली बॉडी यूज करछो तो बॉडी कमांड भी यूज करिवो स्टेप इन्फॉर्मेशन किछ दरकार नै स्टेप प्लॉट जनरेट करछो एबे कर देजो मतलब तमे कैलकुलेशन करो सिमिलर ग्राफ पेपर आगे ड्रा करो मैच करो देन यू विल शेयर समस्त सिमिलर ग्राफ पेपर रे करिके आनिथिबो सेटा आगे शेयर करिवो सिमिलर ग्राफ पेपर रे तमरो बॉडी प्लॉट करिके आनिथिबो